So one last thing that I can record and talk about today, because it's a system that I have, it's a system I use consistently, and it falls in the category of what's working, is how I store paper scraps. So if you are a paper crafter, that you know that how to handle your scraps is challenging. Also, another thing I learned from Totally Tiffany was to decide on a threshold for what's your smallest scrap that you keep. So I have that threshold roughly. I will vary it from time to time depending on, what the paper is, or if I have an idea for something small that I can use, I might keep it. But years ago, again from a friend, I found these vinyl, these poly zippered pouches from Amazon, and they come a packet of various colors on the zipper part. So I sort my scraps into these based on color. So I have a whole bunch of scraps right now because I did a card make and take for one of my events in May, and so was cutting a lot of paper. So I have a lot of these, and these fit my threshold. And there's a really cool card making technique using scraps of paper like this that I want to do, so I'm going to keep these. So I'm just going to, sort these out by color. Again, not really overthinking it. These are double-sided paper, but I'm just going to go with the kind of whatever I see first, right? Put that in blue though. And I have, one of these that I kind of designate for neutrals. And I know that the papers are double-sided, so sometimes when I'm digging through, I might look at, the other side to see what's on it. And I've got some white, and I've got, ones that I stamped on. That one's not, but ones that I stamped on that I maybe messed up, so I have the other side that I can still use. The one thing that I don't really have in here, and I can't decide if I want to try to do something around that, is seasonal, particularly winter, Christmas related. Now that my son is older, I don't necessarily send out as many Christmas cards as I used to, and so I've gotten back to wanting to start making them again. And so I feel like maybe that's going to lead me to needing a pouch that is just for scraps from winter themed paper, Christmas themed paper. We'll see. I haven't completely decided on that yet. So that's a pile. This one is various papers that I had pulled together trying to make some decisions about something, so I will put all that back where it goes. This is my neutrals, purple, so I have some purple in here. Now obviously you don't have these in the I don't have a pink one. I have a pink one? Maybe I do have a pink one, actually, now that I think about it. So I just use, pink goes in red, right? And I just drop them in there, and then these slide onto my shelf. I have a little magazine holder kind of stand on my shelf, and along with my sticker paper and my printable vinyl and stuff like that, these slide into that magazine holder, and that's where they go, and they're right there, and they're visible, and I can see them, and this works. Other people have different techniques, and that works for them. The biggest trick about organizing is you have to figure out what works for you, and sometimes that takes multiple attempts. This is a multicolored, if there's not one predominant color, I have one for that. And there's a whole element, the whole psychological element to getting organized, and I will talk more about that when I start to build out my content. And it's an important piece that a lot of people gloss over or don't tap into, and it's a reason why a lot of people can get organized but can't stay that way, because there are some elements of what's in your way, technically or environmentally or emotionally or psychologically, that you have to deal with before you can, you know, organize a space and hope to keep it organized. And so that's one of the things that I want to get into more for people as I'm doing my content. So the stuff that I show you works for me, and hopefully that is an idea for you, something that might spark, you know, oh, I could do that, or I'd like to try that. But know that it might take a couple iterations of something to find something that works for you, and it doesn't mean you can't get organized. It's a process like everything else. But everybody has the ability to do it, and it's an important skill in my mind for creatives to learn, because clutter takes up space in our brains and it sits on our shoulders, and that impacts our ability to be creative and our ability to really engage all of our senses and all of ourselves in a project. And it's an area that I feel like I can help people with, and I want to. So there'll be more content around that coming from me. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.